Classical music and heavy metal.
Now let's share a bill with Slayer.
I am into ska music. Oh my goodness.
All right,
You're
so
silly.
let's go. I'm not asking any more questions. Go ahead.
I know, we're all good. How long y'all been dating?
Since May?
May 29th.
May 29th. It hasn't been long, but it's been very fun. And
Almost the whole time I've lived in New York. I moved here on May 9th.
true.
So I've been here, I guess, 20 days.
You haven't been here 20 days.
I had to been here.
Oh,
20
you
days.
had? Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, but what is your name again?
My name is Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron. So, Aaron, you must have your point of view on this craziness.
Yes, the craziness.
Bipolar.
Yes.
Bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course.
I do. Well, I mean, like, I've never been around, like, Shamika while she's been hallucinating or anything like that, but...
But the meltdowns.
They're not that bad.
They are.
No, you know, I have, my mom has dealt with depression for her entire life. And I've actually dated some other people with bipolar disorder and stuff. I know, sorry.
What do you do when you feel like, how do you support her? When you feel like she needs, what types of things do you do?
Because this is one of the things that people needs to hear because like,
Yes.
they are alone, they are married, they have children, and they have to,
Right.
Thank you for this great question.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that there's like a single thing. You know, it's much easier to sort of approach each situation, at least at this point, like as its own. But I think it's important to stay calm and talk to her about how she's feeling and tell her about how I'm feeling and things like that. And then as far as like when meltdowns go, but then other times there's like she said she doesn't like going like shopping like all of a sudden. So yeah, certain things like planned like that. Like, well, what do you want to eat? I'll go buy it before you get here, or like. You know, I can go like beforehand, or just make sure we have a lot of time, or things like that. Or like today, like we couldn't decide like what to do for dinner before we came to the theater,
True.
and it was like getting to the point where it's like stressful, and so it's like, okay, I'll just make a decision, and we'll just follow that because it seems better, you know, and like
Very empathetic.
Yes.
and so you know to the point where it's just like the not making decision is getting worse than just making any decision, and so it's. Just, you know, and I can just like sort of sense that she's like getting stressed or something.
Yes.
So.
And one thing too is that after I've calmed down from a situation, we'll go back and say, I really appreciate it when you did X. I would really appreciate if you did Y more. For example, I had a panic attack on Monday, this past Monday before work, and I was just sort of freaking out. I did my breathing, I did my praying, but it was still sort of oscillating back and forth between saying I can make it to work and I'm never working again. So he was there, and at first he was sort of holding me and saying, okay, what do you need? He looked online and said, okay, why don't you try breathing? He gave me like this muscle exercise to do, and he also was just sort of there, and he was like, I want to help if you want to revel in your panic, if you want me to talk you out of it, whichever you need. And I knew that whatever was going to happen, that I wasn't going to freak him out. But then also I understand that he can't be my therapist. So as much as I lean on him, I know that he can't be my only support because that's not fair to him. And I think that because I do have other outlets and because I've taken the time before we met to really know what it is I need, that I can help him help me.
Do you have any spiritual connections that help you?
I do. We actually are, we both have the same faith. We're both Christian. And so a big part of our relationship is going to church together. And when I first was diagnosed with bipolar, because a lot of it occurred in my brain, I had a really difficult time revisiting my prayer life, because suddenly the place that used to be, you know, your brain is where you go to retreat, you know, and it's suddenly this different space. And I had to rebuild that relationship. And so now I think it's very important to have that stability and to have a community to go to and to have a prayer life, which is very similar to meditation in the way that it does help calm me. I have scriptures that I can read if I am afraid, if things do get scary or whatever the case may be, that I'm able to go to as well. And so that does, I think, play a really big factor.
you're extraordinarily elegant with your interpretation of your disease.
Thank
How
you.
you cope with it, and you are such a positive, powerful inspiration for
you.
so many people.
Thank you.
We are going. I don't know what we're going to do with this, but it's going to be something
whatever
very
it will be,
special.
it will be extremely
Thank you.
inspirational.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm just happy to help.
Thank you so much. You guys are both awesome.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about movies now. No, thank you guys. Thank you very
Thank
much.